As allergy season approaches, how can you tell the difference between allergies and COVID-19? I'm Bronte Sorotsky, and we'll have that answer coming up.
Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle head to the southern border as the immigration system becomes increasingly overwhelmed. A proposal in Missouri would create an armed volunteer group to help in times of crisis.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Kansas governor announces every adult Kansan will be eligible to get a coronavirus vaccine next week. This is KOAM News at 10. Governor Laura Kelly says beginning Monday, every Kansan age 16 and over will be eligible. Kelly says it's thanks to the anticipated increase in vaccine supply from the federal government. As of today, more than 35% of adult Kansans have already received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. The vaccine rollout was coinciding with a drop in cases, but there are concerns that the number could again rise as variants begin to spread. In a news release today, Kelly said, quote, "I strongly encourage every Kansan to get the COVID-19 vaccine so we can get back to school, back to work, and back to normal." As allergy season approaches, some common allergy symptoms may be confused with COVID-19 symptoms or the other way around. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky spoke with an infectious disease physician to see what symptoms we should watch out for.
Flowers are starting to bloom, indicating that spring is here, and it means allergy season is too. But what's unique about allergy season this year, it coincides with a pandemic. Nicole Sleeman, infectious disease physician with Mercy Hospital, says those who suffer from seasonal allergies are familiar with their own symptoms, as they experience them annually. But when new symptoms present themselves, it could be concerning.
But if there's any fever associated with it, or they feel like they're worse than usual, or associated with headaches or some other symptoms, especially with the loss of taste or smell, these are clues that there might be something more going on, and COVID would be definitely a concern.
For those who suffer from seasonal allergies like Kyra Gerard, it can be hard to tell whether allergies are flaring up or if you've contracted the virus.
Last week, I thought I had COVID, but it was allergies, they told me. So they just gave me some meds from allergies.
She says the trouble comes from both conditions having similar symptoms.
Yeah, because the symptoms are like really similar between COVID and allergies. So I do kind of get worried because I'll think that I have COVID, but turns out it's just allergies.
Although masking has helped us gain protection from COVID-19, allergies are a different story.
Because the mask is not complete, it doesn't filter all the allergen. They cannot stop all the allergens in the air to get into your nose and mouth. So you're still breathing a lot of dust and allergens, and so that definitely your allergies will act up.
Sleeman adds that it's hard to differentiate between the two, and it's always best to err on the side of caution, meaning wearing masks in public and social distancing. In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
If you're experiencing symptoms and you're unsure whether it's allergies or COVID-19, you should speak with your doctor. The Better Business Bureau is warning of a scam involving fake COVID-19 vaccination cards. As some businesses and local governments consider requiring proof of vaccination to enter certain buildings, scammers are taking advantage. They're listing fake vaccination cards for sale, but when the victim pays the fee, no card is sent.
So I know it's really trendy, it's really hip, it's really cool to go ahead and post photos of yourself with your COVID-19 card. Better Business Bureau would advise for you to use caution and to not do so, because your information can be stealed by a scammer if you're posting it online. That way they can go ahead and create a complete profile of you.
The sale of fake vaccination cards has been reported in Springfield, among other cities across the nation. Checking in with Doug Hetty now. It's a beautiful day today, and I guess we have a nice weekend ahead of us, Doug.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Today, much better than what we had really all week long, and significantly warmer as well. 38 this morning, so it was kind of a chilly start, but 71 during the afternoon, so a fantastic finish. We have clear skies across the region, but we are watching some thunderstorms just to the northwest of the region. Now, these are going to stay mainly north of us tonight, but this is the beginnings of our next storm system, which will really start to affect us by the time we head into, let's say, tomorrow evening into the overnight hours. Temperatures still pretty good, 58 to about 60 degrees. We'll drop back to about 51 later on tonight. 75 for a high tomorrow. So tomorrow looks fantastic, but of course we have those thunderstorm chances. We're going to look at that here in just a little bit.
Catch you then. Thanks, Doug. At least 6 people are dead after severe storms tore through the South. The damage stretches for hundreds of miles across several states, with fatalities reported in Alabama and Georgia. The National Weather Service says multiple tornadoes appear to have struck the region, including a powerful EF2 twister with winds over 111 miles per hour. The southern border crisis came to a political boil today as dueling delegations of Republican and Democratic lawmakers toured holding facilities and pointed fingers over the conditions they saw. Reporter Deborah Alfarone has more from the White House.
A Republican delegation visiting a migrant facility along the U.S.-Mexico border captured images of these disturbing conditions.
We saw cages after cages after cages of little girls, of little boys, lying side by side, touching each other. We also saw a group of children who just today tested positive for COVID-19.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who led the group, said the holding facility in Donna, Texas, is reporting roughly a 10% positivity rate in COVID testing.
This is inhumane, it is wrong, and it is the direct consequence of policy decisions by the Biden administration to stop building the wall, to return to catch and release, and to end the stay in Mexico policy.
The visit comes a day after President Biden said he won't apologize for his administration's handling of what some are calling a migrant crisis at the border.
Rolling back the policies of separating children from their mothers, I make no apology for that.
Representative Joaquin Castro led a Democratic delegation to a separate Texas facility for unaccompanied children and pointed blame at the Trump administration.
President Biden inherited a situation where the previous administration had sought to dismantle the infrastructure for processing asylum seekers and settling asylum seekers in the United States.
President Biden suggested the migrant influx stems from conditions in their home countries, as well as a seasonal surge that comes with cooler weather. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
There were approximately 18,000 unaccompanied migrant children in U.S. federal custody as of this morning. That's according to government figures released in the afternoon. At least 32 people were killed and dozens injured today when a train collided in Egypt. Trains collided, 2 of them, after an emergency brake was pulled by an unidentified person, bringing one car to a halt on the railway as another collided from the back. That's according to a statement by Egypt's railway authority. The health ministry says immediately after the incident, 36 ambulances were dispatched, transporting the dead and injured to 4 hospitals. Coming up, we're going to look at a bill in Missouri that would create an armed volunteer group for times of crisis. Plus, dozens of new jobs are coming to Joplin as a manufacturer looks to expand. Proposed legislation in Missouri would create a registry of armed volunteers. The governor would be able to put the volunteers into action during times of crisis. They would be called the Minutemen, harkening back to the Revolutionary War. The legislation was introduced by State Senator Bill White, who says it would also help protect gun owners' Second Amendment rights. To do that, the firearms would be considered property of the state, an idea a local gun shop owner doesn't like.
That can be actually confiscated by this government body, and I can't think of too many people that are going to want that to happen.
Senator White says recent amendments to the bill would address that concern. The first committee hearing for that bill is on March 30th. 60 more workers are needed as a Joplin manufacturing company expands. Babcock Power makes heat transfer technology for power generation as well as oil, gas, and chemical industry equipment. Because of a rise in sales, the company is building a new 18,000 square foot facility and will need 60 more workers.
We have a lot of big contracts in the nuclear industry right now, and we just don't have the capacity in our shop currently to do that. So we have to add on to the new building here, as we're doing back here now, to account for all this work that we have coming in from the nuclear industry.
The new jobs will include welders, machinists, heavy lift operators, quality control inspectors, and maintenance, among other positions. Doug Heddy's up next with his complete forecast, and later kids in Joplin getting in on the Easter spirit early with an Easter egg hunt.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a great day for us today. Temperatures fantastic as we went into lower 70s for highs. Of course, the warmest day we've had this week. Really, this week wasn't the best of weeks. It was kind of gloomy. It was kind of dreary, kind of cold. And then today we got rewarded with the sunny skies and the temperatures into the 70s. Looks pretty good out there right now as well. Here's a live shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Allergies really have creeped up on us over the past couple weeks. We're in spring now, and they're about as high as they can go. And this is mainly tree allergies, so the elm, the maple trees, juniper trees. The allergies are pretty much right at the top of the chart. So a 10 out of 10 today and a 10 out of 10 once again tomorrow. And the allergies, they're going to stay pretty high until we get some rain, like a widespread rain to wash them out once again. Temperature is quite a bit warmer. Look at the 24-hour difference. You can see yesterday only into the upper 40s during the afternoon. Today we went into lower 70s. It's still pretty good. 61 in Chanute, Nowata 58, Bella Vista, Arkansas 57. We have 55 in Stockton. Pittsburgh is sitting at 57 degrees. South winds kind of helping those temperatures stay up tonight. So we're not going to drop near as much. We started this morning into the 30s. This morning or tomorrow morning, we'll only drop back to about 50 or 51 degrees. Currently 58, south wind, 5 to 10, humidity is at 67%. Most of us look pretty good. We have clear skies, except we do have some clouds in our northern counties. This is our next storm system that is starting to develop. You can see showers, thunderstorms across northeastern Kansas. Some of these have been strong, a couple of little severe ones as well, but these are mainly stretching from about St. Joe to just west of Topeka and the north of Wichita. But on the very southern flank here, there may be a couple that try to pop up that could clip our northern counties, Yates Center or Iola. But besides that, most of us stay dry. Main system out across the southwest. These will start to roll in as we head into the overnight hours or evening hours for us tomorrow as that system rotates through. Now tonight, you can see most of the rain stays just north of the region. Partly cloudy skies, big warm up tomorrow. I think most of us go into the mid 70s. A little windy, 51 to start, 69 by noon, high temp is 75. South winds 10 to 20, but once our front rolls through during the evening, the winds will quickly switch out of the northwest. So here's 4 p.m. The front's going to be right along Interstate 44. We'll start to get some scattered thunderstorms along the front, and they'll quickly blow up and then quickly roll out. So here's 8 p.m. Some of these may be a little bit on the strong side. We can't rule out a low-grade severe storm, but I'm not concerned about these whatsoever. These are going to be gone tomorrow night. Sunday looks good. It's going to be cooler. It's going to be high temps only right around 60, but it's going to be sunny, so it looks like a pretty good day as we head into Sunday. Monday, we start to warm back up. Temperatures back into the upper 60s for highs. 75 tomorrow, 60 on Sunday, 68 on Monday. Chances for showers and thunderstorms again late Tuesday, maybe even a flake of snow mixed in by Wednesday morning, turning significantly cooler. So get outside and enjoy this weekend.
Yeah, got to take advantage of these opportunities while they're here, for sure.
Yes, you do. Nice spring days.
You bet. Thanks, Doug. It's Easter a week early at the Joplin Athletic Complex. The Parks and Rec Department hosted a flashlight Easter egg hunt with prizes. The kids ages 3 to 10 were divided into age ranges with different start times since it was dark out. As you see, they used flashlights to help find the eggs scattered across the field.
Some kids, they've got it figured out. I've seen a flashlight duct taped to a bucket. I've seen headlamps, which is a great idea. And some people just go traditional with a handheld flashlight in a basket, and that's fine.
The event was limited to the first 40 children registered in each age group. Coming up in sports, the Independence Pirates open the spring football season with a top 10 matchup against Butler. Plus, Carl Junction baseball aims for a 4-0 start against Hollister. Jacob Leonard joins us with highlights next.
This week is opening week for junior college football. The JUCO season was pushed back from fall to spring due to COVID-19. The Independence Pirates open up tonight at home with a top 10 matchup against Butler. Indy's number 9 in the nation. Butler ranked number 7. First game for the Pirates under head coach Jason Martin. Tavion Thomas, really good tonight, man. Gets around the far side for the 5-yard touchdown. Independence goes up 7 early. The next Indy possession, here goes Thomas again. Big pickup here, 24 yards to be exact. And he would get to finish off the drive. Brock Doman finds Thomas. He's in from 7 yards out. Tavion Thomas got in the end zone 4 times tonight for Indy. Defense also doing work. Christopher Welch flying in for the big stop. Indy up 17-3 at half. A game actually got tighter, but the Pirates get their first win under Jason Martin tonight, 31-24. The Coffeyville Red Ravens got a tough one to open the season. Coffeyville on the road this evening against Hutchinson, the number 1 team in the nation. That one actually still going. Hutchinson has a 33-10 lead going to the 4th quarter. The Carl Junction Bulldogs are off to a hot start this season. The Bulldogs are 3-0, and they've outscored their first 3 opponents 34-7. CJ back on the field tonight at Joe Becker Stadium in Joplin, looking for a 4-0 start against Hollister. Top of the first, Landon Richards. Base hit up the middle. That loads the bases. And it sets up this. Clay Kemp goes the opposite way. Runner comes home. Tigers lead by 1 after 2. At top of the third, Colby Teester. Sacrifice fly to center. Hollister pushes the lead to 2-0 with that, but here comes CJ to the bottom half. Kyler Perry doubles out to right. That will score 1. Bulldogs trail by 1 after 4. Then in the 5th, Alex Baker gets the ground out RBI. Game tied at 2. Tigers, though, big 7th inning to pull away. They hand CJ their first loss 8-3. At the college level, 9th-ranked Missouri Southern opens their series against Fort Hays State with a 12-2 win tonight. Zach Parrish throws 5 innings, giving up just 1 hit, 1 run, and striking out 8. The 2 teams finish up the series with a doubleheader tomorrow. The Crowder College softball team is 25-2 this season and has climbed up to number 16 in the national rankings. Crowder has had no problem scoring this year. They're one of just 7 teams in the nation to score more than 280 runs so far this season. Now, the Lady Riders try to keep the bats going today with a home doubleheader against State Fair Community College. Cassidy Lear in the first knocks one through the gap. 2 runs score. Lady Riders lead this thing 5-0. Then Shelby Chavers laser up the line. That'll bring home Skylar Randall. Check this out. Crowder puts up 8 in the first. To the second, Randall at the dish now. I feel like her name comes up a lot when we go over there. Bases loaded. Skylar Randall puts it over the fence in right center. That's a grand slam for the freshman. Lady Riders finish it off in 5, winning 16-0. Game 2, Crowder aims for the doubleheader sweep, and again, no problem scoring. They win at 12-0. Lady Riders back on the field on Sunday on the road against Three Rivers Community College. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Myron Kelso served in the U.S. Army in 1950 and 51. The Havana, Kansas native was part of the Medical Corps, and we salute Staff Sergeant Myron Kelso, a 4-state hero. The time jumps ahead an hour in Europe this weekend, and we all know changing clocks can be a bit of a hassle. But imagine what a job it is for a clock collector who has hundreds to shift on Sunday. Reporter Tina Kraus has that story.
74-year-old Werner Steckbart never seems to have enough hands.
Gern meine Putz vernehmen, weil es ist dringend.
I once tried to get a cleaner to dust my clocks, he says, but they took one look at all these and said no. The German clock collector has 365 unique timepieces, ticking inside his tiny apartment in Munich.
Also meine Uhren sind erstmal meine Lieblinge.
He says, my clocks are the love of my life. I love them above all else. That's why he's not dreading this weekend's time change in Europe, when all of these clocks jump ahead an hour.
Da habe ich dann Uhrenpartys gemacht.
When I was young and beautiful, he says, I'd host clock parties with friends to get some help. But these days, I do it all alone. And he takes his time, carefully caressing each clock as he goes.
Meine Miezi.
He says most are gifts from his mother, who started his collection and told him time goes faster than you think. And while he may be in a race against time twice a year, Steckbart says he enjoys every minute of it. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Steckbart says while some people take sleeping pills to get a good night's rest, he just relies on the constant sound of ticking, and he says works every time, although I think all those cuckoo clocks might drive you a little cuckoo. Let's check back with Doug now for a final look at the weather before we head into the weekend.
All right, Dow, we're going to drop back to about 51 for us tonight. 75 tomorrow. Most of the day looks great. Now, we are going to get some scattered thunderstorms in here by the evening hours. Most of these are going to be along and south of Interstate 44. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Sunday looks good, cooler, but still a pretty nice day.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here this weekend. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.